Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we here at RWB are back, and by we I mean, of course, myself and Drocky, and we're back for Season 2 of the Clash of Warriors. What a season, you know. This is one of the most unique concepts we've seen, and we're definitely putting it through to 2022 to kick off the year in a good way. I know we have had some streams, but as our first ACC season stream, I think it would be fun. But yeah, folks, welcome to the Season 2 of Clash of Warriors. If you don't know how Clash of Warriors works, well, it's basically the one event where the Warriors have to come out and play. We have on our calendar a total of 6 different tracks with 6 different cars. Of course, cars are together in their different categories. So we have the 2 BMWs, the M4 and the M4 GT3 and GT4, the R8 for LMS Evo 2019 and the R8 for LMS GT4, and then of course the McLaren 720S GT3 and McLaren 570S GT4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What a series this is going to be. I'm joined today by my co-commentator, Mr. Drocky. Drocky, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm very good. What about you?
You know, I'm always good, man. Having a new season like this, Drocky, it's, as we can hear Nate leave there, having a new season like this is always fun, isn't it? Folks, we've got a bunch of new names. Currently, actually, we're following one of our new names, who is Partez, in a BMW today. Of course. I would hope he's in a BMW, Drocky. But yeah, we see him in a BMW today, and he is going really fast. I don't recognize Carolia either. So folks, yeah, we have a bunch of new names here, and it's going to be amazing fun. Round 1 around the Nurburgring. Drocky, give us some info on the Nurburgring. What can we expect? What's the track like? How's the track? Corners, stuff like that. Give us a debrief.
You want a full debrief? Alright, if I can get my live map up and working. Yes, thank you. We have a total of 15 corners.
16. I think it's 16, isn't it? I think it's 16.
It says 15 for me. Maybe my eyes are blind. Then we'll take 16 corners, alright. We'll take 16 SOU. I think what we can expect, some busy and a lot of action turn 1, 2, 3, 4. As they are all linked together, it's right, left, left, right. Especially the last right is quite sharp. And otherwise, I think a lot of overspeed into corners with that BMW. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, what about you?
I mean, I do have to say, you know, we've seen some. I do like the Nurburgring, but I've commentated some stuff, you know, some other leagues as well, and generally the Nurburgring is a bit of chaos. Drocky, I'm going to be honest. Turn 1 in the Nurburgring is absolute chaos usually, but we'll see. I mean, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what these drivers do today. But now's the big question, Mr. Drocky, is we have new faces. You know, we have old faces. Someone like Daniel Barnett. You know, he had an eventful 2021, I would say. You know, did really good in some circumstances, not so good in others. Who do you think is going to come out to play? Do you think, you know, the older drivers' experience will do more? Do you think these new drivers with their pace will be able to take over?
It's hard to say. Of course, the guys that were last year in the BMWs already with any season, they should be set up alright, because they already have some standard setups. As we right now see, it's quite wet actually, so that's gonna be interesting. But my guess is that there's gonna be a mix of old and new drivers, at least in the top 10. I don't know, what are you expecting?
I think so as well. I think it's going to be a bit of a mix. You know, it's you know, names we haven't seen before, but that doesn't mean that, you know, they don't race at a frequent base. You know, they might not have been league racing, they might not have raced in RWB. So it's kind of a. I do have to agree, Drocky. I think it's going to be a 50-50, and I think we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes at the end of the day. But yeah, no, honestly, folks, from myself and Drocky, we ended 2021 on a bang, and we're planning to start 2022 on a bigger bang. hopefully. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna try and make this the best we can, and then yeah, let's try and do something, okay? We haven't commented in a while. We're going to be a bit rusty, aren't we? The voices are going to not be as strong, you know, going to be a bit rusty. Oh, as we see Gomez there into the barrier. That's not ideal. Rocky, are you a bit rusty? Did you have a good vacation?
I am actually a bit rusty. Worked this week for 34 hours, so yeah. I feel like my back is not where it should be, but we're all in for another season. I don't know what about you, but I should be there all season for every race, because I've literally cleared my schedule.
I am in a very important academic year, but folks, as Rocky said, we are going to try and be here as much as possible.
Let's say at least I want that last round.
Yeah,
first that's gonna be interesting.
First round and last round it's a need. It's 100% need. You know, you need to be at the first round. You need to be at the last round. Maybe a middle round. You know, maybe a middle round too, at least. But yeah, folks, we're ending up free practice here. We have one person out on track, and that is Xavier Eugene. And he's the only person. So he's thinking these last 2 minutes are going to give him some sort of guidance. Oh no, never mind. He doesn't. I think he's about to go back to the pits. Is he? Xavier? Yep, there he goes. Back to the pits he goes. So Rocky, not much on traction action. Of course, you see Eric Schuller leading the leaderboards. In terms of, you know, race pace, what do you think about the Nurburgring? Do you think it's all about, you know, where you qualified? Of course, folks, we had qualifying during the week. Rocky, do you think it's about where they qualified, or do you think, you know, you can still overtake around the Nurburgring? What's your opinion on this track?
Well, of course, it has a lot of turns, some not that big of a straight, but it still has some straights, so I think there's gonna be some interesting things, especially like if we take a look at turn 11 to 13, we have, of course, turn 12 in between. They say it's a turn, but I don't see it as a turn, as it's, yeah, literally just full power maxed out down the straight with a little bit of turning to the right.
Doesn't count as a turn. We don't accept
I don't count it as a turn. Might upset some people, but
folks, we do have the track map up there as we see someone leaving the pits here. But yeah, that's track map, and it's going to be fun. I think that's Rick Binnersley actually, currently going through turn 1. Yes, it is. It's Rick Binnersley. Rick, up to turn 2. That is, I think, the Rocky, through to turn 3.
Yes, that left-hander is actually turn 3. Now breaking into turn 4. Tie the right-hander. Down the kinda straights, one of the many straights with a little bit of a turn to the right. Yeah, it got a little bit of a turn to the right. So this is a left-hander, fast left-hander, then a kinda quick right-hander. Needs some braking there. And
Session has ended. Session has ended. Oh no. Now's the question is, are we going to get Nate? Yes, we are. Thank you, Nate. We appreciate. But folks, as I said, we did do qualifying during the week. So our qualifying grid is already set. And the guy leading it, Radek Schuller. I would say in his BMW, the Rocky, but they all have BMWs, don't they? So it's everyone's BMW. But yeah, folks, 4 minutes here until the start. Radek Schuller leading the field here. From RWB door. He's gonna maybe shut the door and Radek into turn 1, the Rocky.
Oh my
in
god.
P3 we have Justin Madley alongside Hugo Gomez. Another name I don't recognize, but he has some good pace to get on that front row. Kai Bags coming into P5. P6 goes to Rick Binnersley. Still editing his car. We can see the back end lifted there. Yeah,
and he might have interesting position. A lot of downforce.
It's true. It is true. A lot of downforce from that downward facing position, isn't it? Really pushing him into the ground. Our Lily Tyrant then in P7 alongside Yusuma Karolia. in another BMW. Can't even Rocky. There isn't even I can't even say their cars. P9 goes to John McClane alongside Nigel Wood, also a regular, I would say. P11 goes to Martin Schaefer here, folks, and Xavier Eugenie in P12. It's a good livery that I have to say. Barthez goes into P13, slotting in alongside Miko Sky. Another name we recognize. Miko, good season last year, Rocky, I think. I think there's, we didn't hear as much of him, but I think hopefully this season we'll hear a bit from him. Burek then in P14, folks, Burek there alongside, he's in P15 alongside RWB. Rigel in P16. Rigel has done a lot of work on himself, and he's definitely just getting better and better. Excited to see what he can do today. Victor Cecilo, another name I don't recognize. Beautiful car, though. Orange BMW, beautiful. Derek Gretschel going into P18 alongside him. Oh, it's a big grid, this Rock. P19 goes to Mad L, and then P20 goes to Peter Varga. Then, folks, running through the rest real quick here. P21 goes to Damien Wilk. P22 to Adam Shun. P23 goes to Debug. P24 RWB Flack. P25 goes to Harry Hottie. P26 goes to Matthew Hodgson, lining up alongside RWB FX. Behind him is Booker Florentine, another name I recognize, and then alongside him is Josh Butler. Matt Sosblom and RWB Koss have each other for company, while Emil Sosblom and Magnus Dahlgreen have each other for company. Okay, I expected a bit more from Dahlgreen, especially as well as from Barnett. I was right behind him, P34, alongside Lee Dockworth, P35. P36 goes to Richard Jones, and ending off a grid in P37 is Bill Jones, or a Charger, apparently. I think that was a bit of a name review from Charger there, Rocky. We have 40 seconds to race start. Very quickly, sum up. What do you think of this grid?
Interesting.
Interesting. One word, folks. That's all we need.
As we see, Skula isn't a name I've seen before. Car number 96.
Yeah, we have seen.
Yeah, okay, then my memory isn't serving me right. But at least it's kind of scup. Of course, Binnesley is back, but not with the same number, if I remember myself correctly.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I don't think so. But Rocky,
he drove with number 666, if I remember correctly.
You can inform us which number it is right after we start this race, folks. The session starts now. Formation lap for just a bit, but not formation lap, just a formation piece of a lap. We're currently looking at Radek Schuller here. Of course, an amazing driver. To really see the performance from him, I don't think this is going to be in any way, shape, or form any different. Next to him, Dor. He's going to try and get a jump off the start. We'll see what Dor can do, though. We will see what Dor can do, folks. We head onto the pit straight now. Here we go. This is lap 1 of season 2 of Clash of Warriors round 1. Here we go. They're lining up. They're getting into their grid positions. Well, lining up positions, I suppose. Gonna wait for that green flag. When is it gonna wave? And there it goes. The green flag has dropped, folks. Dor gets caught out. Radek has an amazing start. Dor now pulling alongside with Madly. Justin having an amazing start there. I think it is. Yeah. Oh. Late braking from Dor. Can he keep up? Ooh, he barely did. I think you saw any spins there, folks. But Dor now being challenged by Madly as far as I can see. Yeah, it is Madly, but Radek Schuller already far ahead. Justin Madly looking, but he has someone of Gomez right behind him. Gomez looking for a spot. Oh my word! Look at Dor. What is Dor doing? Dor absolutely misses his braking point and is now going to lose at least a position. Yes, there loses his first position. Might lose 2 positions here. He just goes across the grass. Doesn't even brake for that. And Dor, not the best start from him, but Madly, Justin Madly, beautiful start from him. He's up, I think, a position. Beautiful start from him. Hugo Gomez now putting pressure on Mr. Madly. What can he do? What can he do? What can he do? Can he go for anything? I don't think he can just yet. Let's have a look further down the grid. Rocky, do you have anything further down the grid?
Might I suggest watching Charger, Mr. Jones? He started last. I think he's somewhere around P30 already. He had an amazing start. I watched him. There were some spins in the back, I believe. then my memory has to serve me right. I think it was Lee Duckworth or Daniel Barnett actually spinning there earlier. But it's absolutely chaos back there.
It is absolute chaos, but look at Charger Bill Jones. Never knew that was his real name, but yeah, no, beautiful racing from him. Already up in Petit into B29, keeping it very clean and very neat. Let's have a look up at the front again. Sorry, folks, I do want to just monitor these battles up front. Now we have Justin Madley right behind Schuller, but Schuller already comfortably leading with a 1.2 second gap. He was 10 faster, I think that was. No, sorry, he was quite a bit faster than Madley in practice. So we'll see how that pans out in the race. Now, RWB Door and Hugo Gomez going at it again, as far as I believe. Yes, Door is chasing Bags. Sorry, no. RWB Door is chasing Kai Bags, also known as Godzilla. Is Door going for a move? No, he isn't just yet. I don't know how Kai got into that position, the Rocky, but I mean, amazing racing from him. What's going to happen into this left-hander? Door's trying to keep it close, but it's really hard, and Kai gets away with that position. Anything happening? Rick Binnersley? Oh, massive dive bomb. I'm sorry, a massive dive bomb there from, I think that was Tyrone, the Rocky. Was that Tyrone the green? Is that Tyrone the green, or is that Bitters?
I believe it
that's
is.
That's Bitters.
I would have need to see the number of that car.
Yeah, don't worry. I think Bittersy, sorry folks, Bittersy went for a dive on there on Gomez, didn't work out, and he almost lost track position actually. So behind him, Tyrone, not quite sure how you say it. And he's in the battle with Martin Schaefer. We'll see how that goes on. Not many moves made just yet, but folks, it is an hour and 45-minute race. We're going to see a lot of things happen. Let's have a look further down the track. Anything exciting happening, Rocky? Xavier Eugenie, is he giving us any action? No, he isn't, but in front of him there might be some action.
We have a fight. Car number 13 with, I think, car number 543. They're absolutely smelling each other's asses.
Rock, you're going to have to be a bit more specific on the grid position.
Grid position 24 and 25.
Oh, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. That's Harry Hottie, folks, and Agent Shun. It looks like Harry still staying ahead, keeping his composure, but it isn't the easiest, folks. I mean, around Ring, it is an easy track. And, well, as I say that, Shun now putting alongside. Can Shun get the move done? He's close. I'll tell you what, he's very close to getting that move done. Agent Shun. Oh, he's on. Oh, no, wait, is it not Agent Shun? Oh, and my whole thing. Oh, give me a sec. Sorry, that's Emil Solsblom. Clicked on the wrong person. But Emil, no, it isn't Emil either.
It is Emil in the. Emil is indeed in the white car, and that's Hottie in the blue purple-ish car.
I do appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, but Emil then getting past Hottie. Sorry, we didn't miss that, folks, because I'm, as I said, a bit rusty. But Emil gets past Hottie now and has Shun now on his radar. Xavier Eugene, I want to have a look. What is he doing? See a very small gap. And yes, Xavier Eugene battling with Daniel Barnett. Got past Daniel there, actually. And now he has Butler in front of him. Very close to Butler. Let's see what's happening. Oh, is Daniel gonna go for a move? Is Daniel going to go for a move? Oh, he doesn't just yet, but they are very close there, folks. Look at that. I mean, I'm gonna go onto the helicam here. Very close, quite literally just bumper to the front. But now, Xavier Eugene is looking for a move on Butler. No, he doesn't. Now Daniel's coming in. Can he throw one down on the inside into this corner? I don't think he will. He's just a bit too far back. Rocky, give us some stats. What are the ooh, as we see someone off there into grass. Sorry, someone off there into grass. Who was that? I think that was. No, it wasn't. I'm not quite sure who that was actually. It could have been. It was definitely between Duckworth and Matt Sosblom. Yeah, these guys at the back, the Rocky, they're not having the best day, are they? It's been a bit of chaos at the back.
Yeah, it's been absolute chaos at the back. I'm trying to get some gaps actually. We have a kind of new system, so getting used to it.
Just a new system, you just got it, that's the thing.
So it's new.
Nigel Wood, folks, rounds up the top 10, about a second away from McLean in front of him, but he should be able to catch McLean. McLean, he's fast, but let's see if Nigel can do anything. As we saw someone pull there into the pits already, I think that might be for damage. I think that was into the pits, or it might have been a wall, not quite sure. But this man, folks, This man is the one we should be focusing on. Partes, he has been setting lap after lap, extremely quick laps. He is catching a lot of the cars ahead of him, the Rockies, so we have to keep an eye on him, don't we?
Absolutely, we need to keep an eye on him. Might I also add, the number 1, Mr. Shula, if I say it correctly, already has a gap of 3 seconds to the number 2.
I know, but you know why he has got to 3 seconds? Because of Kai Banks. Kai Banks is currently very close to Mr. Madley, and it looks like they might be fighting. So, you know, Rocky, as we know, if Madley is driving defensively, he's going to be losing a lot of time to Shula, giving Shula quite a bit of a gap to pull away, isn't it? See, can Kai, folks, here mount an attack? Rocky, do you think he'll be able to mount an attack?
Yeah, he should be able to. Car number?
Number 76 and 34. P2 and P3.
2 and 3. Oh, that's easy. Let's see. Kai Banks, last lap, 1 minute 59.165. And Mr. Madley, last lap, 1 minute 59.602. So that's Madley about, rounded up, 5/10 of a lap slower than Kai Banks.
Folks, 5/10 might not sound like a lot, but I mean, in racing, if you're losing 5/10, you can go for a 4 overtake on someone. That's enough to go for an overtake. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it stick, but you can go for an overtake. But it looks like Madley has incredible acceleration off that corner. But does Kai have the straight line speed to catch him up? Come on, Kai. Come on, Kai. Come on, Kai. Does he? That gap isn't updating. No, he just doesn't have quite an. He wasn't just quite close enough. Sorry, got my words mixed up there. And he couldn't go for a switchback either, unfortunately, through turn 1. We'll get back to that, but
Jay, might I add, position number 28, Mr. Jones, again. He's absolutely fighting out there with everyone. He's actually now pulling away a bit, but they were just fighting, only fighting, like
constantly.
Then he was in front, then Gretschel was in front. That's actually Gretschel going around the outside.
Oh, I just switched off them as well, the hockey. Okay, don't worry, I'm back on him. Actually, let's have a look at Dirk Gretschel. Oh, let's have a look at Dirk Gretschel and Hodgson. Oh, going along side by side here. He's going to come out on top, and I think that's Hodgson. I think Dirk left to give that position. Oh, but Dirk's extremely slow. I don't know why. Could he have damage? Is it possible? Dirk not feeling really well. So, wait, is he putting alongside? No, that's Charger up front. No, that's Charger. Ooh, my timing has
just falling back and falling back.
My timing has not updated, unfortunately. My timing has not updated. I think that's Daniel Barnett, yeah. So, Rachel is fighting with Daniel Barnett as far as I'm concerned. They're in the middle of the fight here. Sorry, folks. Our timing. Oh, did it just update? Yeah, did we just get an update? We just got an update. Thank you very much. ACC systems are taking time. Okay, but Dirk Gretschel now, folks, pulling alongside Mr. Flack. And I think, did Dirk just lose that position to Flack? I think he might have. Yeah,
Flack is indeed in front in the green BMW.
Flack, ooh. Dirk not having the best of laps, setting 208s, about 4 seconds slower than Lee Duckworth. Dirk not having the best of times here, folks. He is a tad slow, unfortunately. Let's have a look then up the field. Any debug? Rocky, what do you think? Debug, is he having any good battles? It looks like, folks, I have to say, it doesn't look like Dirk is kind of letting everyone through. Yeah, he might be struggling for pace, Rocky. Might not have it as much as we see. Yeah, might have some problems or something, because pace just isn't there. Oh, as he goes into the pits. So I think that answers the question. I think Dirk does have damage, unfortunately. Let's have a look at debug. I think I saw a small gap there. Did I?
Yeah, it was just small, but he's actually pulling away from the guy behind.
Well, I see something with Emil Solblom. What is Emil doing? Oh, behind Emil, look at that. FX. RFX. RWB FX, that is, of course. Chasing Emil down. What's going to happen between these two? Emil, of course, folks, he does get his good performances. He is good on the brakes, and he knows what to do with a car when he gets today. Sometimes he does struggle, but when you give him a good setup, he usually knows what to do with it. Sometimes, right, Rocky?
That's really hard to say, but yeah, Schosblom, I can't say his name. Emil is a really experienced driver, a really good driver, so he should be able to save himself.
Exactly. And the thing is, folks, of course, not all these drivers can win the race. Not all of them might be as fast, but they're still extremely good drivers. And I've seen some amazing racing from them. Let's have a look at what's going on up there. I'm gonna have a look at Partes. He's already up to P11, may I say. Partes is already up to P11, now hunting Nigel Wood in front of him. But Nigel, of course, we've seen some pretty good defending from him as well. Extremely good driver. Let's have a look who's going to get the better exit, who has better straight line speed down the straight. Partes versus Nigel, folks. Here we go. They're pulling, should be pulling alongside here any second. No, actually, Partes opting to stay in that slipstream of Nigel. Nigel might have a bit more straight line speed than Partes does. Partes just following, can't quite get anything done. That gap now up to almost 5 tenths. Carolia, I think I saw something there, Rocky. Oh, yes, I did. Look at that. He's hunting. Soma is hunting down Mr. Rigel. Of course, Rigel also very experienced. Let's have a look what happens here. They're chasing each other through these corners. Left, right. That's all it is. And, is he going to... Can he catch him? Can he mount an attack into this turn? And I think he will be able to. No, he won't. Just a bit too far away, and that's a very weird place to mount an attack. But maybe down here, could he possibly? No, he doesn't. He did have a look at down the inside, but didn't go for it. Now he's just in the chasing game. Rocky, do you have any battles? Can you see any battles that I can't?
Let's take a look. Yeah, of course they're in the back with Charger, kinda. They're still wiggling around a little bit. Might I add car number 110. I will see for you in what place he is, because that's easier for you.
That's Dirk Gretschel. That is Dirk Gretschel. P37 all the way at the bottom of the field. And
that's why he was in the mix.
I believe he is already being lapped, I think.
That is very true. He is being lapped.
Not ideal for him, unfortunately. Not as dev. He might have picked up some damage, and yeah, very slow, unfortunately. Let's have a look, though, and have a look at Matthew Hodgson getting very close here to Charger, and behind him he has Duckworth. He's a bit squeezed in, isn't he? P30, sorry. Hodgson is a bit squeezed in there.
Sorry, you said Hodgson squeezed in. Yeah, he's in between Charger and Duckworth. That's going to be really interesting, because I don't know for how many years Charger has been racing, but he's quite experienced as far as I know. Let's see, taking a look down the inside, Hodgson. Only looking, setting pressure to Charger. Maybe he's just waiting for Charger to make a mistake. That's of course always a tactic. Not my favorite, maybe not the best, but
it works.
It works.
It works. I want to have a look up the field, sorry, Rocky, at Emil Solblom here, because he, my friend Emil, is very close, I believe, to Cecilo in front of him, and Cecilo is decently close to Debug. A bit of a train here. I mean, I know it is an F1, but it's still a bit of a train. If you have a look, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. So it'll be up to Peter Varga, I believe. If I've done my math correctly, folks, it should be up to Peter Varga that this train is stretching. No, it isn't. It's Miko Sky that's leading them at the moment. A bit of a train here, Rocky. Do you think that's a thing? If that makes sense. Trains forming.
Yeah, of course, there are always quicker guys, always guys getting into battles. And of course, if you have 2 guys in front of you battling, they're actually slowing each other down always. So like that will be trains, will be fun fights. And I don't think trains are a big problem, because it's fun. They always have fights because they're, yeah, kind of just slowing each other down with the fights.
And the more they slow each other down, the more time it gives the top guys, like Mr. Radek Schuller, time to pull away, doesn't it, Rocky? Radek having a 4.1 second gap already, and he has the fastest lap. I mean, it's just amazing, isn't it? You know, last lap set his fastest lap, 1:56.737, a second faster than the rest of the field, at least. Rocky, how is Radek so fast? May I ask? Like, what do you think he had before the race? Because it's amazing, this type of pace.
Yeah, it could be a combination of setup and just having fresh air in front of your car. That always helps. Of course, it helps a lot more in Formula 1 than here, but it still helps to have some new air in front. Might I add, I actually see a Mr. Charger next to the track.
Was that Charger? No.
Yes, it was.
69 Charger. Oh yeah, and over the grass. Oh, he's gone for a bit of a corner cut. I would not be surprised if he gets a penalty for that. I mean, yeah, he's cut just right in front of the leader, but that's fine. Mr. Charger. But yeah, no, Charger trying an amazing race. Well, he was, and I'm not quite sure what happened. Rocky, do we go for a replay? You know, I think it might be a bit too far out, unfortunately. But yeah, no.
Maybe try?
No, I already had a look, and it would have put us back. Not far enough, unfortunately. Car 543, Rocky, use that car 543. That is Adam Shin pitting. Not quite sure he's pitting for, but he is getting out in front of Mr. Charger. Unfortunately, Charger not on the best of days. Where's their Gretchen? Did he retire? No, he isn't. No, he hasn't. He is still in the race, but he has been lapped already. Wow. Not having the best time. And I see someone off there, Rocky. Who's that off? Who's in the pits? That's Charger. No, Charger went off again, folks. Should be able to get a replay. Get a minute replay here on that. See what happened. So Charger was driving along, minding his own business. It's a
beautiful corner.
Yeah. Don't see anything wrong just yet. What did you do, Charger? What did you do? Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't see anything wrong. See, this is where he comes onto the main straight, pit straight, I assume. Gets into the pit straight. What did you do, Charger? He's an exit, because I did see a yellow flag, so might. Did he?
We'll see. Maybe into corner 1?
Yeah, it could be. It's probably corner 1. Oh, Egypt.
Oh.
Just.
Oh, I think his brakes are dying.
Yeah, then he goes back to the pits. So that, yeah, it's either his brakes or something, or no, he might be retiring. I hope he isn't. But yeah, not ideal for him. Hopefully we see him later on in the race. Actually, wait, give me a sec. Can we see him? Oh no, I think he might have retired. Rocky? No, I think Mr. Charger has unfortunately retired, folks. Oh, that's unfortunate, Rocky. I wonder what caused that. I would love to have a talk with him about what caused that. Is him retiring. Might have been some real life issues. Let's have a look at Burek though, folks. P14. And he's, oh my word, sorry, that was just a good time to tune in. I think that's Damien Wilk. Oh, one of them gets pushed wide there. Who is that? Is that Damien? Is that Damien he's battling with? No, it isn't Damien, it's Rigel. Yes, it is. Sorry, that was Rigel and Burek battling there. Rigel's staying in front, but can Burek come back in? And Burek, of course, having amazing pace, it looks like it. Can he come back there? Rocky, do you think Burek can come back through here? Oh, he goes for, oh, very close there, folks, to the rear end. Oh, will he have a good enough run down to turn 1 now? Did lose a bit of pace on it. He's got to stay behind. What is Burek going to do? Rocky, is he going to dive in turn 1?
I think he is. Or he takes outside.
Yes, he does. Oh. Yes, he does. Dives outside, but he doesn't make it work. And unfortunately is stuck behind Rigel for another piece of track, and now he's completely lost his composure, unfortunately. But Rigel goes a bit wide. Can Burek slot in? No, he can't. He's too far back. Burek late on the brakes. Rigel not as late. Burek getting very close to that rear bumper. Oh, Rocky, this is a fight for the ages. Oh, what is Burke going to do? What is Burke going to do? Will he go for a dive down here? Will he go for a dive down here, folks? It is, of course, a bit of a hairpin. So what is he going to do? Does he dive? No, he does. Oh, he does dive, but he gets very close to the rear end and doesn't do anything. Rigel under massive pressure from that other BMW and trying not to fold. And it looks like Rigel isn't folding just yet, is he, Robbie?
Of course not. It's Mr. Rigel. He never folds as far as we are concerned. Jay, might I add, I actually have some news from Mr. Charger. His exact words were, I got stutters and screen... this is confirming. Something with stutters, screen tearing all over the place. So I think he has some monitor problems.
Yeah, or game problems in general, you know.
Yeah, something like that. It's a technical issue.
The Rocky is going to have to wait 2 seconds. Here goes Burek. He's getting very close to Rigel. Is he going to go for a move down here into the last corner? No, he doesn't. But does he go for the exit? Oh, I think he might be. He's going to go for a good exit. Ooh, he got a decent exit, but Rigel got an even better exit, I think. But now Rigel's basically pulling along Burek down here, but of course hot air isn't too good, folks, for these cars, and Burek will not be able to close that gap. I don't think he's going to dive, and he's going to follow Rigel. Oh no, he does! Rigel goes a bit wide, Burek wants to stall on the inside, but he can't, and he loses a lot of time. Yeah, Drogi would love to have a conversation with Charger. Unfortunately, in a crap like that does happen. Screen tearing. He said screen tearing. Yeah, unfortunately, graphical stuff like that does happen. It's quite bad. But it's racing, unfortunately. And that is unfortunately what happens sometimes, folks. Let me send you this real quick. Rocky, why has Burek not been able to make a move on Rigel yet? What's been stopping him, do you think?
I think the experience from Rigel, him knowing this track, as I see him race, I think really he knows this track. He knows where the braking points are really good. He knows where to defend. It's maybe kind of scary how good he knows this track.
It might be, but that is not stopping Burek, ladies and gentlemen. Burek is on his butt. He is quite literally on his butt. Will he go for a move down here? Come on, Burek. Just go for it. Go for it. We want to see you dive. No, he does. Ooh, he kind of does. Just sticking in behind Burek, I think, knows now that he can't battle with Rigel too much. So he's going to wait and choose his point to attack. When are you going to attack, Burek? Is it this lap? Could it be this lap? Come on. Come on. He's getting close to Rigel. He's getting very close to Rigel. He does a better pace than Rigel, but as Rocky said, Rigel has amazing knowledge of this track and everything alongside it. And Burek goes off there for a bit, but he is back on the track there. Come on. Can he still get a good exit? I know that off-track compromise. Does he get a good exit? Exit isn't as good as he would have liked, folks, and I think we're going to have to wait another lap, I guess. Folks, Drocky is going to have to go here for 1 or 2 minutes, so I will be here constantly. Burek getting very close to Rigel. Come on, Burek, do it for entertainment. We want to see you dive bomb Rigel. Come on, Burek. I mean, don't give him damage, of course, but we want to see a move. Come on, Burek. We believe in you. We believe in you getting very close there, folks, to Rigel. Rigel staying ahead, barely though. Really, barely staying ahead. What is going to happen into this left-hander, and then of course the bit of the hairpin. If Burke can stay close enough, he might be able to make a move down here, but he can't. Oh, he picked his opportunity wrong, and that was not the place where he should have. Gets very close there, and that was not the place where he should have gone for that move. Just stayed in behind, but I think he might have gone a bit too eager. But Rigel, this man, keeping P13 and keeping it very nicely, not having anyone pass him today. Let's have a look a bit up the field now, folks, just temporarily here to Martin Schaefer. He is chasing down, I think, Tyrion in front of him, I believe. Yeah. 6 temp gap. Their laps, yeah, Tyrion about 3 temps slower. So not a load slower, but he is 3 temps slower. So we'll see if Schaefer can do anything here today. Can he? Ooh. It's getting close, but he isn't doing anything just yet. But Burek might actually be doing something. Burek, have I looked away? Have you decided to do something? No, you haven't yet. The gap got very close there for just 2 seconds, and it's gone up a bit now. Yeah, back to 4 tenths, almost 5 tenths now. Yeah, Rides are doing amazing work. But M Sky now, Miko Sky. What's happening with Miko? Is he in a... Oh, he's kind of in a battle. Kind of in a bit of a train, folks, so to say, in terms of slipstream here at the Nurburgring. Let's have a look. Miko, of course, attacking Florian in front of him. Miko is very close, but isn't close enough quite yet. And then behind him is Debug, chasing him down. Well, chasing him down as much as he can, of course. Let's have a look now back at your race leader then. This is Radek Schuller, folks, leading already by, I think it's 5 seconds? No, sorry, 7.28 seconds from Mr. Madley in second. And then Justin Madley is leading Kai Banks in P3. Rocky, what's the difference in lap times between Madley and Kai? P2 and P3. Or, you know, is Kai falling behind? What happened?
No, Kai is quicker, but only 6 of a hundredth of a second, so that's not too much. They have really little time difference. So Madley had a 1:57.1 and Kai Banks had a 1 minute 57.042. So Kai really catching, but not fast.
Yeah, Kai is catching, just not very fast. He is there. Just not like, you know, there. I want to have a look back, and I apologize for looking at this constantly, folks, but it's such a good battle. Where is it? P13 and 14 here. RWB, Rigel, and Burek. I mean, Rocky, this is an extremely entertaining battle, isn't it? These two have been going at it for quite a few laps now. They're gonna be wearing out their tires here in a second if they aren't careful.
Yeah, of course, they're absolutely flying over the curbstones. Tires are, I think at this point, crying for them having this battle, but I don't mind it. I hope Pirelli brought enough tires for them, so that should be alright.
Well, I want to actually have a look at Burek, and I want to go on just on board with him for a bit here, Rocky, as he tries to hunt down that man. Oh, sorry, Burek's actually... Sorry, a move might actually be made on Burek here. But Peter Varga. Peter Varga looking very, very spicy here. Yeah, Burek's lost 1.2 seconds. Is Peter going to go for it? No, he doesn't just yet. Burek has... He doesn't have time for offense, Rocky, because he's defending, isn't he? I mean, that changed very quickly.
Sorry, yes. What?
bit of a zoning out there. No, I was talking about Burek and Varga in P14, 15. Burek losing a load of time in front of him to Rigel because he had to defend from Peter Varga. What do you think's gone wrong with Burek, Rocky? He went from offense to defense. What do you think went wrong?
I think maybe his pace is just a little bit too slow for the guy behind him. Let me see, I actually have them on my map right now. Yeah, he is quite a bit slower, almost a second slower than Varga. So I think he's just losing too much time and needs to really defend and get his pace back up. But
Peter Varga getting very close there. Sorry, Doggy. Peter Varga getting very close to his back, and is Peter Varga going to go for the... Come on, Peter. Burek didn't want to give us a move. You give us a move, Peter. Just give us a move. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't just yet. But Burek actually cuts the track there. And might lose a bit of time. Get a warning for it. We will see. Yeah, Rocky, I do have to agree with you. It's, yeah, races like these are very dynamic, aren't they? They constantly change and you can't predict them. I think this one is no different at all. Not today, at least.
Of course, not today. It's been an interesting race, to say the least. We had Charger from last to... let's see, I actually marked it to 29th. And then falling all the way back and actually need to stop due to technical failure. P1 has been P1 for the entire race, actually gaining a gap of 6 seconds. That's something I
He's actually
did
losing
not
time. Sorry.
predict.
He's actually losing time because that gap was 7.2 seconds. But sorry, talking about gaps, Kai Banks has now decided to catch up with Mr. Madley, and he looks like he's mounting an attack 3 temps away. Is that Madley in front of him? Okay. Is that no? I think Madley might be. Wait, is it?
I think that's actually Madley, yes.
It is Justin Madley. So Kai somehow caught up right to the back of Madley. But Drocky, I think you know what I think's played the mark here, the role. I think is that back marker that I believe is in front of Madley. Can we find out maybe who that is? Not sure.
In front of Madley.
I think it was 5 or 3. Looked like. Well, we definitely saw 5. That's not a bit sure.
I have to go.
Yeah, that is that back marker. Oh, as Kai now goes for a move down the inside of Madley, they go side by side through turn 1 and turn 2. What's gonna happen here? Can Madley hold on? I think he might, but he gets very close to Kai there. Kai sticking out his nose. He's going to get out in front of your folks. Justin taking the corner a bit better. Kai forced to stay in P3, not being able to do anything just yet. Justin Madley now in P2 again after that beautiful battle there. Yeah, not quite sure who that back marker was. I think I saw 5 there.
It was 5 for 3.
It's Adam Shit.
Yes.
Held them up for a bit there, folks, but not too much. But yeah, no, Drocky, we've had a look at Radek Schuller. That gap now up again to 7.2 seconds. So yeah, back markers played a lot of factor in there, and that's definitely I think causing the troubles, if that makes sense.
Yes, of course it makes sense. Sorry, I just kind of tired right now, but let's hang on for another hour.
Hour and 12 minutes, actually, to be specific.
Yes, thank you. That really helps, Jay. I think it's still going to be an interesting fight with Madley and Banks, especially with Kai. He showed some great power in the... what's it called? Power of Balance or something? Balance of Power, that was it. He was really strong that season. We commentated almost the whole season, I believe.
No, he didn't. We missed like quite a few races because we were both.
Oh, yeah, of course. Rob took over for a bit.
He did. Thank you, Rob. We appreciate it. Love you, Rob. Everyone likes Rob. He's a absolute joy, isn't he? He's an amazing guy. As we see, yeah, these two of Madeline and Kai just tearing through the traffic, folks, one by one. I'll have a look at Peter Barger real quick. Looks like there's a small gap there. Is there? Come on, Peter. What are you doing? No. Nothing really. No, that gap has disappeared. But in front of him, actually, Drocky, this battle is still going on.
Of course it is.
It's still going on. Rigel and Burek, this is, folks. We're just tuning in now. These two have been battling for laps after laps after laps. Okay, I think it's going to come down to strategy call, honestly. I think it's going to be an undercut or overcut situation, you know?
I suspect it is going to be yes.
Yeah, check if they have to pit real quick. Do we have any pitting? I can't see anything. I cannot see anything.
Menu of information lab, 1 drop round allowed.
As we see here, Burek. Oh no! There makes contact with Rigel, and that sends Rigel spinning. I want to get a replay of that. That sends Rigel spinning there. Came down into that corner, Burek got a bit too close and sent Rigel spinning, folks. Let's have a look at this. Stewards will definitely be looking into that. What happened? What happened here? Burek, yeah, so he goes side by side through this corner. Now it's down to the hairpin. Rigel, he leaves space, but Burek putting his nose where he shouldn't and spins Rigel off. Isn't Rigel's
small tick on the back and he's done.
Yeah, but honestly, I wouldn't say that's Rigel's fault. I think Burek will definitely be investigated for that. Yeah, that's I don't know. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a controversial moment, folks. But I think Burek, he might have gotten a bit agitated, and you know, when you get agitated, of course, you just kind of, I'm not saying lose control, but sometimes you do struggle a bit more to keep your mind. And I think, you know, he might have just been a bit agitated, but it's fine. We'll get a view from the stewards. Definitely, yeah, we should definitely get a view from the stewards here. Rocky, any other battles? Ooh, actually, I think I see one. Kai Banks? Is Mr. Kai doing something? Is he doing something? Is he doing something? Anything interesting? You're gonna have to give me 2 seconds here, Rocky.
Going over the grass to get close to Medley even. They're at it again, to say the least. Let's see, there they are. They are quick out there, man. They're quick. Let's see, that Sky Banks still in the slipstream, trying to get closer and closer and closer.
Guys,
I don't know if Panda's still alive. Yes, he is.
Yes, I'm back. I've seen this problem, Rocky, with Kai. There's sometimes when he's that long, you know, when he's in kind of the slipstream car for that long, he does start to struggle, you know. I think he does sometimes find it a bit hard to follow other cars, you know, for so many laps at once. So we'll see how that evolves. But behind him, we do have Door catching up. I think they're battling. Kai and Madly's back battling, and they're giving Door a chance to step into the conversation.
Let's see.
Let's see what. But yeah, Door, they're 6 temps, almost 7 temps away. Let's have a look. Carolina, I see something going on here in P10. Carolina, battling with Nigel Wood, I believe that is. In front of him. Yeah, it is. So Nigel Wood there. It's going to happen. Is Carolina going to do anything? No, he isn't. Not yet. Not today, at least. Not today. Nigel Wood, yeah. Nigel, of course, a very good driver, folks. And just being able to hold him off. Yeah, doing an absolute amazing job. Martin Schaefer, let's have a look what's happening. Drocky, what's happening with Martin here? Oh, Martin is having a battle?
I think he is. Yes, no, yes,
Tyrion,
yes, he is.
Yeah, it is. It's with Tyrion there. Tyrion being able to stay in front, but Martin really putting on the pressure there. Martin's lap times, folks, just a bit faster than Tyrion. So we'll see if Martin can go for any moves. But okay, I mean, it isn't an easy circuit to make any moves on here, is it? I mean, you know, we've seen like that battle between, you know, with Burek. It was hard to make moves, wasn't it? It wasn't extremely easy. You know, they were close, but it wasn't easy to make moves. Do you think that's down to the track, or do you think that's down to the drivers, or what do you think?
I think it's down to the drivers, to be honest. The track should be good enough to make some fun overtakes, I believe. I've not driven it myself yet, but if I'm looking at the map, I know what you think about it. There should be enough overtaking places.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be these drivers are very skillful, so it might be that they're kind of matching each other's skill and struggling that way. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. But folks, the important thing now is our race leader Radix allows an 11-second gap to Madly, but Madly and Kai only have a 5/10 gap, and then Kai and RWB Door only have a 3/10 gap. Drocky, this has become a freeway battle for P2. What do you think? Who do you think is going to come out victorious? If you have to choose one, who's going to come out victorious?
Kai Banks.
Kai Banks? Okay. I like your answer. Okay, I get you. Why?
Who would you choose?
No, I want to hear why first. Why would you say Kai?
I've seen Kai racing in the Balance of Power series, and he's strong. He knows what he's doing, so he's gonna come out on top.
Yeah, I would have to say RWB Door as he mounts an attack on Kai. That's why I'm saying RWB Door. The thing is, Door we haven't seen a lot of, but right. what he's doing is he's just waiting for Madley or Kai to make a mistake, and then he's going to seize the opportunity. That's the thing. You know, Door, he might not be on the pace as much as they are, but he is making sure to stick his nose in there and just waiting for him to make a mistake. And then once they do, I'm telling you, he's going to soar by like an eagle, and he is going to be amazing. I'm telling you. It's a personal opinion, of course, but I'm telling you. That's what I think is going to be.
I think it's gonna be a wait and see for another hour and 3 minutes.
Another hour and 3 minutes, folks.
After that, we will see who's right.
We will. We will indeed, hopefully. Imagine we don't. That would be quite ironic.
Imagine this Charger logging back in and lapping himself and then winning the race.
Yeah. Come on, Charger. We know you want to. Come on, just log on. Come win the race. We know you want to. Just come on. You know, what? 10 laps, 20 laps. You have to catch up. You can do it, Charger. Back on. And
yeah, just easy and lap yourself 20 times.
It's easy lap, man.
Yeah,
Charger is fast enough. He can. Charger was a second.
Actually, 20 laps is a bit over the top, because the leader only driven 21 laps. So.
Oh, okay, fine. 10 laps. Oh, this is why I'm walking around. He constantly corrects me for everything.
Yeah, I actually have a Mr. Charging waiting outside, ready to come in.
He's been there for a bit, but I'm not quite sure if he wants to come in.
No, he just messaged me he wants to come in.
Does he? Oh, okay.
So let me just see.
You want me to?
Yeah, that's the door unlocked.
The door.
There he is.
Oh, they just unlocked the back door and now Charger's in. Hi, Charger.
Hi.
Hello.
So, what are you thinking, Charger? You're gonna hop back on, unlap yourself 10 times and then win the race?
I was just listening. You talking about that. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that now because I'll just be blue flagged every car. Won't I?
No, you won't, Charger. You're fine. You're telling you, man. If you get back now, you're gonna win this race. I'm telling you.
Yeah. You're very optimistic. I like your optimism.
We always are.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're here for. We're not going to be negative, you know. We don't have time for negativity in this world. What's negative? Well, negative enough already. Is that a thing? Is that a word?
Yeah, I think it is. But now I'm interesting. Charger. Who do you think is gonna come out in front? Is it Madley, is it Banks, or is it Door?
I wouldn't discount some of the other guys actually, like Carolia. He's pretty quick. It all depends, you know, how the pit stops go. I don't know if they've done any pit stops yet, and it also depends on the weather. If the weather changes, I mean, it was pissing it down in practice. There's a good chance it's going to rain. So that could upset. Yeah, that could be a big upset.
That would be very interesting.
I think Drock is more specifically talking between the battle between Madley, Banks, and Door. Currently in the fighting for P2, a freeway battle of P2.
But I'm also fine with him just saying Carolia, but that's going to be shaking up some things.
He's in the P7, he's about 3 positions back, so that is going to be quite hard. But okay, that's good to know.
Out of those three, I'd like to see Madley. You know, he's the silent weapon. He doesn't say a lot.
Wait, give me a second, Charger. Sorry, Door might actually be mounting an attack here on Kai Banks. Door going alongside. I do apologize, Charger. Door going alongside into almost one of the final corners, putting alongside on the straight. Does Door have it? They both have extremely the same acceleration into the chicane. Now is Kai going to get the position? Yes, he does. And that is, folks, I am not mistaken, RWB Door up to P3, and that has given Madley a bit of breathing, but not too much. Georgia, do you want to change your prediction after seeing that?
I'm still going to go. I think Madley will do okay. I know he's 13 seconds behind Schuller, but it could all change if the rain comes.
Okay. I like that answer. I think, you know, hopefully we do see rain. As you said, it was bucketing down in practice. So hopefully we see Red. I think it'll shake it up. Radic, of course, extremely good driver, but it would be fun if we could see a bit of a F1 last lap at Abu Dhabi action. You know, a bit of a.
What are the lap times between the top three?
Drocky?
Number one, 156.442.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy because Madley is on a 157.342.
So second slower.
Yeah, and then Door last lap was a 157.455.
Yeah, and you think I'm going to go in there with like 10 laps down and with a 2:01 and win? Yeah, I think you're very optimistic.
you do like 130s. Come on, you do like
of course.
It's just.
I'm actually a bit pissed because I was doing all right. I was really enjoying it as well. I know. I think I gained about 10 spots. So, but it was horrendous. It was awful. It was just stuttering, and I've never seen screen tear on these screens, so I don't know what's going on there. But when I couldn't open the NVIDIA control panel, so something was. I've just restarted and it's fine. I've just run a few tests. It seems fine. So. It's just one of those things. I had the problem yesterday with Race Room where the brakes didn't work properly. It wouldn't stop me. I restarted. It was fine. Well, I restarted the game. It was fine.
I think maybe your PC is telling you it wants to take a bit of a break from race.
I think it needs probably a rebuild and a brush out and stuff. Yeah, it's been a while.
I opened up my PC the other day and the amount of dust, and you really have to you have to take care of these things. I need to take mine apart because it's the amount of dust that gets in everywhere. It's absolutely stunning. It's something else.
Yeah, I just need to get myself some compressed air and then can get in there. Because I have that AMD Ryzen socket, the cooler on top of my CPU, and I'm literally just looking at it. I think I can take about 1 kilogram of dust out of there.
I'm at the point now. I think about just pissing on it might work.
Funny enough, I watched the YouTube channel the other day. They said that theoretically you could put your PC underwater if it's like completely out of power, right? You could theoretically put it in the water, right, and let it dry off like completely. Like you need to make sure, like even if it takes 5 days, you need to make sure it's completely dry, and then turn it back on again. It will be fine because it isn't the physical, the water that's a problem. It's the short that makes a problem. If you get what I'm saying. So apparently that's something you can actually do. You could theoretically hose down your PC, and then
you can.
A million days.
You can use deionized water then to clean it off, or
I need water without minerals in it is the best because minerals will still be on your motherboard when it's dry. And then you get like bacteria and other things you don't want in your PC at all. So for the viewer discretion, I would suggest just some compressed air will do the job.
Yeah, stick it in the oven on gas mark 200 for 10 minutes. That dries it out. So. Top tips you get here,
Folks,
piss on it and then put it in the oven.
I do just want to say for the record, please do not take anything here as advice. We will not be paying for any new computers. I would just like to reinforce that we will not be paying for any new computers. Do not try this at home, please. Try it with a mate's PC. If your mate has a spare PC lying around and isn't using it, try it with his, but don't try it with your own. Folks, as we see, Door now making an amazing move from Madley. Can Madley keep it up the inside? He has a better line through here. What's going to happen is another left-hander, so Door's going to be struggling, but Door pulling alongside, getting very close to Madley. What's going to happen? Is there going to be contact? I didn't see any. Door getting a better exit. Can he keep that, Justin? Oh, a bit of contact between the two, just like nudging, nothing much. Pulling alongside, now they're head-to-head through here. Who's going to back out? Who is going to back out? Neither of them are, and Door takes the position there. Justin now under threat from Kai Banks. Kai, of course, they had a battle forever, but RWB Door, the guy who I was rooting for, by the way, Drocky, comes through to take P3, and hopefully he is going to now try and gap those other two as fast as he can. Didn't expect that, guys, did we? Didn't expect that.
He hasn't quite pulled it off yet, I don't think, has he?
Well, I mean, he already has quite a big gap because Kai and Madley are now fighting. So I think he's pulled it off, yeah. He's pretty much pulled it off, if you ask me.
Don't speak too soon, Mr. Panda. Don't speak too soon.
Kai and Matt. Ooh, Kai and Madley both going off track with the Brazil 2021 action there.
Yeah, they're pulling a Lewis and a Max.
Oh, I'm watching the YouTube stream, so I'm a bit delayed. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
He's pulled up.
Yeah. You can watch a bot stream if you want. Justin looks like he's pulled off P3 here. And yeah, folks, that's RWB Door. Amazing from him. Already has 1.4 second gap between those other two. They're battling. Door, amazing job from him, Rocky, isn't it?
It is. It shows his strengths on this track, but also in the car. It's now I have to say correct. It's the BMW M4 GT3. So yeah, I think he's just really strong in this car and on the track. And they kind of pulled. Do you remember? I think it was Spa 2015. Max Verstappen still in a Toro Rosso. In one of the last corners, just sticking to the outside. I don't know if you have watched that race, but if you didn't, you should rewatch it, because it was kind of what Madley and Door did. Just both of them going side by side through every corner.
I mean, that speaks to the skill of the drivers, doesn't it? You know, the fact that they can go head to head like that. But now, folks, sorry, Madley and Kai going at it again. These two are wasting each other's time battling. I'm sorry, but like, if they weren't battling as much, he could have probably still been a P2 and P3, and now they've been in motor position. Kai getting very close, but not close enough to Madley for a move, and he unfortunately has to back out of that. Let's have a look. Is anything going to happen between these two? We might have to give him a second here, folks, because that battle is going to be raging on forever. Schuller now has an 18.2 second cap. Charger, if I can ask, what on said earth did Schuller eat before this race? Because he is driving like a madman.
I think he must have had a few Weetabix.
A few Weet-Bix? Do you think? Just one or two Weet-Bix pieces? Honestly, could have been. I mean,
No, I think he's gone for man-sized Weetabix. He's definitely. What's he pulling on his lap times compared to Schuller now?
Wait. Oh, as we see, Kai Banks now pulling into the pits. Probably going to try and undercut Madley. He's had enough. Radek, Schuller, and who? I assume Door. I think it's a 156.2 and a 157.6.
That's mind-blowing. An exact 156.200.
So he's 1.4 faster.
He's flying.
We need to get this guy the esports team. If Radek is in the esports team, Radek is in the esports team already. We should probably get him in one, because I think he deserves to be in. To be quite fair.
I think he's sponsored by Red Bull or something, and he just went to Amsterdam for.
Red Bull gives you wings, doesn't it? He's flying.
Some wings, yeah. He flew around the world to get everywhere in Red Bull, and he's flying out on track.
You know, Charger, I would tell you, if RWB does ever make a professional esports group, I think you do have to have Radek on the grid, because those are some top tier laps. His best lap, a 155.750.
Wow.
GT3. I'll actually have a look real quick. The Nurburgring GT3 lap record in real life was set by. Give me a second here. Where is it now? What's the? No, I don't want the Nordschleifer. I just want the normal. Oh, what do you call the Nurburgring without the Nordschleifer? Does anyone know?
Nurburgring.
Yeah, I know. That's what I typed in.
Yeah, that's always the thing.
We'll do a bit of research on this, folks, but Radek is setting amazing laps close to IRL records. Doing amazing. As Justin Madley now responds to that pit, and he is pitting himself now. Which, Rocky, what do you think? Do you think this is a bit of an undercut that might be happening? Did Justin maybe miss out? What do you think is happening between these two?
Yeah, they're trying to undercut, trying to get some Red Bull tactics out there for the pit stops, I believe. It's gonna be interesting between the two of them. Where is our Mr. Kai Banks actually?
My Banks is in P8.
Yeah.
P8. Let's have a look. Oh, and he's on the back straight. So what's going to happen here? Justin Madley still in pits. Kai on the back straight. Justin isn't coming out. We should see, is Kai going to... I should be coming past any second here. Where is Kai?
That's Kai.
And there goes Kai. There goes Kai. And here comes Justin. So it looks like the undercut has worked today for him.
By quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, by quite a lot. I mean, that's... Really
I'm just wondering if Madley's changing tyres, you know, because there's no mandatory tyre, so you can do an AR45 on one set. I'd say a couple of those there have probably not changed tyres, whereas Madley has.
So now the question is, if Madley has changed tyres, does he have the pace, folks, to catch up and pass Kai Banks? And I think that's the hard part, isn't it? Passing Kai Banks. I'm getting there. I think that's decent easy, but passing him, not as easy. So, I've found the lap records here. Give me a second. So, it looks like, to be quite fair, the lap record for the Nurburgring in the Zero Corsa Competizione is a 1:53.685. Okay, that is 2 seconds faster than Radek Schulla's previous lap. Please do bear in mind, however, that was set by a professional driver. So, folks, that should give you an indication of how fast how fast Radek is going. To set a lap like that, Rocky, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is. I just found his fastest lap. It was lap 19. He set a 1:55.750. 1:55.
That's 2 seconds off a world record. You know, folks, it might sound like a lot, but I mean, 2 seconds, if you get that close to a world record, you have to know you're doing something right. And I definitely think he knows that. Justin Madley now in P9, Kai in P6. Quite a bit of a gap between them. It looks like that's 8 seconds, about 11 or 12 seconds between them, folks. We'll see what Madley can do. If we do have any moderators in the chat, Charger, if you are a moderator, you might just want to remove that message that was just sent in chat.
Oh yeah, the Fundles rant link.
Yeah, those are not very nice links. So yeah, folks, please don't try and click on that message that was just sent. We'll try and get it removed for you here. Yeah, not something. That's the best. Thank you very much, Charger, or mods, whoever did it. We do appreciate. But yeah, Rocky, any battles downfield? I don't see much. Carolia, is he doing anything? Yes, he is. Or is he? No, not much going on here. Just another freeway battle. We're seeing a lot of these, aren't we? Charger, Rocky, I mean, what is it about this track that has 3 people constantly in one battle? Like, it's absolutely amazing. Sort of Peter Varga as well. It is something else.
It's indeed quite interesting. I don't know why, especially with this track. Yeah, it's kind of weird actually. Because Zandvoort was quite split. Still some minor groups, but
yeah, but then you get to a track like
this.
And yeah, this is just amazing. You'd think, you know, around a track like Nurburgring they split, but no, they don't. A lot of the groups we can see as that Parta is part of, kind of riding together. Rick Binnersley, Rocky, he's been having a decent race, hasn't he? Now currently driving the car 5. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's been having a decent race, isn't he? Returning in 2022.
He has indeed. Of course, we're always expecting Binsley to do better because what we saw in Zandvoort.
That was
but
amazing.
He's still driving a solid race. That's him past, I think, Mr. RWB FX.
Yeah, it is. He's past FX.
Because of him pitting. But yeah, he's driving a solid race. Should be alright. I think he's actually in the top 10 right now because Eugene is also in the pits, if I'm correct. Yes, so that's Binnesley, I think, number 10.
Yeah, Binnesley should be up to a comfortable P10 now. Actually, let's have a look. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he is. So he should. We'll wait for it to update here. But he should be up to a comfortable P10 now, which will. I think he'll be happy with that. Of course, he will have to pit, probably. We'll see what he can do, folks. 43 minutes left in this race, and it's only getting more action-packed as we go. Anything up? Oh, let's go to Hugo Gomez. I see something with Hugo. Oh yes, I do see something with Hugo. Who is Hugo battling? Mr. Hugo. I think he is battling. I just want to see which car he's in. I've still no clue. Which car? Oh, okay, so he's behind him. He has Manley, funnily enough, and then in front of me is Florentin. Hugo and Florentin both haven't pit yet. We don't know when their pits will be, of course, but it could be any time. So I think Manley might drop. Do you think Manley's hoping for them to pit, or do you think Manley's going to go for a move?
I think Manley's hoping for them to pit, but if he has to take them over, he will. That's simply as that. If they don't move for you, you move.
You move for them. Yeah, Madly, this isn't ideal for his race. I mean, he was catching Kai there for a second. Doesn't look like he is anymore, unfortunately. See Hugo now going for a move here on Florentin, and there's contact. That was contact, but not anything too bad. Well, look, you go for it.
Shay, might I add? Mr. Madley actually catching Kai Banks.
Yeah, he is about a second left.
After the pits, he was 10.7 seconds behind, and now he's 9.1.
Radek Schiller, I think, did actually pit. I really spun or he pit, but I'm gonna assume he pit.
I think he pitted. I can see it maybe in his timings.
He's gonna sure he pit. Last lap 2 minutes 51 seconds. He pit last lap. Puts John McCain in your race lead, but of course he will probably have to pit sometimes. We'll see. He probably won't be able to hold that for too long. But Drocky, interesting situation. Kai Banks is now chasing now Radek Schiller with a gap of 20 seconds. Do you think Kai will be able to catch him?
That's gonna be an interesting one. It depends on Kai's lap times. What he can get out of that car. Let's see, Mr. Kai Banks. Oh yeah, the time of the last lap isn't really accurate because the car in front of Kai had a 2-minute lap, and I think he might have spun there. That car in front of Kai.
I'd have to ask, Charger, what do you think? I mean, we've seen some amazing pace out of Kai. Do you think he'll be able to catch Radek, or what do you think?
What's the 20-second gap? What's the lap times?
Rocky, do you have that?
Well, yeah, it's Tyron actually pitting because I see him falling back. So Kai has a 157.937, and in front of him is right now Radek, and he has a 1 minute 56.067. So he's losing 1.9 seconds a lap.
Yeah, I don't think he'll catch him if he can continue on like that. But again, if he hasn't changed tyres, who knows? They could go right off after an hour. I would imagine they're starting to feel the tyres now if they haven't changed them.
The thing is, Kai had a very short stop. In contrast to Justin, who didn't have such long stops. So I don't think Kai changed tyres, but I don't think Radek changed either. So it's going to be interesting now. Is which one of them is basically going to start falling off first, if that makes sense. Radek is faster, but does that mean he's using his tires more, and does that mean he'll lose that performance more? We will have to see. For folks just tuning in, hi and welcome. We are here at the Nurburgring, beautiful, with our BMW M4 GT3 cars. Currently in the lead of the race is Radek Schiller with John McCain in P2. and Kai Banks in P3. Damon Wilk follows in P4 with Gomez P5. P6 goes to Door. P7 to Justin Madley. P8 to Rick Binsey, and P9 to Nigel Wood. And rounding up our top 10 goes to Martin Schaefer in the P10, of course. Currently hunting someone in front of him. That's Nigel Wood. He is hunting down, trying to get past Willie. Actually, he goes for a move. He pulls alongside. What's going to happen between these two? Can he make the move stick? Yes, he does. Schaefer, beautiful move there, up to P9. You know what? I want to see a replay of that. We're going to see a replay of that. Rocky, you want to see a replay?
Of course I want to see a replay.
Martin, beautiful, staying behind Nigel, waiting for a gap. Come on. Here goes Martin, very close. He's just on Nigel. Pulls alongside through here. I think this is the chicane that's coming up. Yeah, and Martin just puts it in front and just gets a beautiful overtake. Beautiful job from Martin there. Showing his talent. Definitely showing his talent. Rocky, any battles? Any battles that we should know of?
Taking a look at the gaps.
Sorry, actually, Nigel Wood and Tyrone. I'm not quite sure how I say it. Nigel Wood at P10 now, because behind him is Tyrone. Wanting to overtake him. Nigel's dropping pace extremely fast. Nigel about 2 seconds a lap slower than the people around him. Not quite sure. He might have damage, folks. Could very well be possible. But yeah, no, definitely not the laps of one of these settings. So we'll probably see quite a few cars getting past him here. Let's have a look. Does Tyrone go for a move down into the hairpin? We'll see. I think he might be too far back. Oh, he's going to... Nope, he is a bit too far back. And I won't go for a move this lap. Partes, where's Partes? I see Partes, a bit of a small gap in. Partes and Hottie, I believe that is, going together as well. Partes getting up close, but a bit too close and misses his break point. And by now, actually be under threat from Burek. Burek's having a good day, of course, unfortunately, that accident that we saw earlier. But I mean, in general, he's having good days.
It looks like he's having a good time, a good day. P15, solid place. Kind of battling still there. Actually, getting a little touch there, I think, with the red and the purple car.
No, it isn't Miko. So I think that's a back marker. Wait, is it? I'm not quite sure that. Yeah, I think those are back markers fighting. Is it? Wait, so if Burek is in the purple car, who's in the red car? I'm not quite sure. My timing might be a bit screwed up there, because Harry... Oh, okay. Sorry, I got it all wrong. Burek is in the red car, and Harry is in the purple car. Oh, well, I am honestly... Guess in some I'm not present anymore. But don't worry, we've got 36 minutes left here, folks. The race almost wrapping up, but there's still a lot of action to unfold, especially in the top 10. Now, that was the question, is Rocky. I asked the question before, can Justin Madley catch Kai Banks? Is he catching? Can he catch? What's happening?
I have to take a look at some data then. Mr. Kai Banks. Can I get a focus on him? I'm not saying that to you, I'm saying that to myself. Getting used to the new system. It works good, but getting used to it. Madley's dropping again. Right now 11.158 seconds behind. So his lap time is also about 2/10 slower than Kai Banks. So I'm afraid that's over.
Not totally. It could still change. We can't say anything just yet. Anything can still happen. We'll see. Maybe Justin just had a bad lap. Let's have a look as he crossed the line now. New lap times incoming. Kai Banks? Ooh, yeah. Matching Kai. Not really faster. Those new tires, I don't think, are working for him. Are they, Rocky? If he did fit new tires, it isn't working for him. Unfortunately, he could have had damage he had to repair. I mean, him and Kai did have quite a scrap so he shouldn't take damage out of the equation, folks. But RWB Door, he had a stop, and he's turning P5. How far is he off? Do we know how far he's off Mr. Kai Banks, Rocky? And is he lapping faster? How far is he off? Is he lapping faster?
Mr. Door is doing an... Sorry, who are you meaning? Door or the Hugo?
Door over Sky.
Door is doing a 1 minute 56.782 and Sky Banks is doing a 1 minute 57.562. 7. So he is gaining. By quite a bit.
Can we see Door battle for that P3 again? I hope we can. John McCain then, folks. John McCain having a good day, Rocky. I mean, he's in P2. He's having a decent good time. No, I wonder, has he already pit? Because he was in the lead of the race. He could have maybe had a short pit stop, and that could have possibly put him in B2. So McLean might have actually played this to absolute perfection. Possibly.
Maybe, yeah. It looks perfect, let's say it like that.
Yeah, it isn't perfect just yet, but it does look perfect, at least. Behind him, then we have Kai Banks. We saw a split second there. Kai, of course, extremely good driver. He's had his fair share of drama today with Madley and Orr. He's, yeah, what do you think, Rocky? Kai just kind of chilling, doing his own race at this point, not really doing much.
Yeah, I think Kai is just trying to get still some good lap times in there, but with a 20-second gap to the guy in front of you with 30 minutes left, I think he's just looking to spare his tires a little bit, and I'm actually getting some sounds here for some reason.
Yeah,
yeah, I think he's just looking to stay alive and end the race safely.
I hope he does. Mr. Charger, I almost said RWB Charger. Charger, your predictions, top 3, just speed them out. Just whatever names come to your head first, speed them out.
Banks Door.
Banks Door, okay, I do like. You know what? Honestly, that's a realistic. I think that they both have the pace currently. But I think that's pretty realistic. Rocky, free.
Shula. I think it's gonna say like this, actually.
Really?
Say it easy.
Yes. I think Shula Gomez Door. No, you know what? Shula Door Gomez. The only reason I'm saying that is because Gomez over a second faster lap than Kai and John. John and Kai almost matching each other in pace. So all I'm saying is 30 minutes. Shula Door Gomez. I'm telling you, man, it could work. It could work. Might just be me though. But chat, yeah, feel free to put your predictions in as well. Who is your top 3 for this race? Who do you think is going to win? Yeah, what are we thinking? 8 viewers currently. Hi everyone. Hi. If you are new, I hope you're doing good. But let's have a look. Battles. Ooh, Sky. I think Sky is having a battle. Is he Rocky? Is Miko having a battle? Yes, he is. Hi, Miko. Who are you having a battle with today? Is it with Nigel? I believe it is, yes. Miko, having a look here, folks, at Nigel. Miko, haven't seen a lot of him throughout, quite a few seasons. But hopefully this will change this season. He's putting up an amazing fight here against Nigel. Let's see, can Nigel withstand the pressure? Rocky, you've seen Nigel withstand a lot of pressure. Can you withstand the pressure from Miko, do you think?
I think he is able to do that. He was under pressure from Kai that long. Yeah, he should be able to hold on. That's my prediction. So.
What can he do, folks? They're going to pull along. Ooh, Sky is staying in that section, getting it as much as he can. Is he going to go for a move into turn 1? Late braking. Sky might go for a switch back here, and he does. It's going to work though. Nigel is still there, and they touch a bit. Nigel has the inside line for the next few corners. Contact again. Miko is now forced to go in behind. It's forced to, well, yeah, basically sit there. A bit of contact between them, but I don't think it's anything major. Stewart's probably won't look into it if it's race changing at all, unless it did cause damage. Now Miko on the back again. He's going to pull out and look for another move into this left turn. He does pull out. Doesn't look for a move though. Just tucking in very neatly behind Nigel. Might look for a move down into this hairpin. He's looking for a move. Oh, and they touch. No.
Oh dear.
They touch. Oh, they touch. But Miko going very slow. He wants to give that position back to Nigel. Now, folks, this is sportsmanship like no other. I mean, as you can see, Miko losing 2 positions there. 2 positions. That's genuinely, it does show that these drivers have a massive amount of respect for each other, and unfortunately accidents do happen. We'll watch that again, just have a look what happened. But yeah, just minor contact between the two, between Miko and Nigel. Miko unfortunately tapping Nigel, and then we see Nigel spinning off, but Miko immediately braking and then losing 2 positions to Burek and Emil. Yeah, really good sportsmanship from them both. And that's what we like to see. Unfortunate, it happens in racing, but Miko did the right thing there. And good to see, isn't it, Rocky? Charger? I assume we like that type of sportsmanship here?
That he did exactly what you should do, yeah. I mean, that can diffuse a situation and also stop a report going in, so yeah, that's good sportsmanship.
You have to say, it's honestly, for those who are maybe new to RWB, that's kind of, you know, I think a lot what we're based on, a lot of respect, and it's definitely these drivers, they know they're all good, and they're driving their hearts out. So stuff like that unfortunately happens, but it's how they come back from it that matters, and boy, they know how to come back from it. But now we're going to have a look at Miko. He's going to go for a move again. Hopefully no contact now. Down into the inside of turn 1. He's alongside, getting very close, and he spun. Oh, almost spun, but he's kept it. He has kept it. Miko getting very close there with the back end to spinning.
These boys are not giving each other, even if after the little tap they've had there, they're still going at it, aren't they?
I mean, honestly, and that's the great thing, isn't it? You know, it's like real life racing. You can't be scared. You just have to kind of go for it and say, listen, it happened. I'm going to put all my trust in you again. Let's go for round 2. And I think we might actually see round 2 here, back into the hairpin, if we're lucky. Unfortunately, I don't hope Miko is very slow. I hope he hasn't picked up any damage. Dropping a lot of pace already. Come on, Miko, don't tell. Come on, Miko, get back on your pace. We want to see a good battle. Folks, if we are a bit behind, I do apologize. It's because our stream is lagging it a tad bit, or that is at least for me. Not ideal, but it's fine. We will roll with it. Oh, Miko getting very close there. These drivers just trusting each other for everything they have. Miko taking the very outside line there, putting alongside Nigel now, who's going to have the better line, and it is Miko outbraking Nigel, and a beautiful move from Miko, really showing the respect between the drivers. And he made that move cleanly. Didn't need a tap to do it. He made that move cleanly. Well done to both of them. What a beautiful overtake. Droki, tell me what is happening up ahead? What is happening up ahead?
It's slow.
You've got Duckworth and Audi having a bit of a battle.
We do. Thank you. I didn't even see that. Droki, you're supposed to see this.
Sorry.
Duckworth here in front of. Wait, is that? Wait, give me a second. Sorry, is that Duckworth? Isn't that Duckworth from RFX? No, it isn't. Okay, no, it's. Wait, how is I'm not? You know what? I'm not gonna ask. I am not going to ask. Okay, Asian Shun and Lee Duckworth now having a bit of a battle here. P23, P24. As always, when good racing comes out, and boy, is it good. We saw Duckworth there looking for a move, didn't quite get it, but he's chasing Shun. Shun looks he's a bit later on. He's a bit late on brakes. Duckworth trying to match him on brakes, not able just yet. Duckworth sticking in behind. What can he do? Can he catch him on the straight? I don't think he'll be able to. I don't think he has as much straight line speed as you want to, but late braking from both of them. Turning in, is Duckworth going to try? No, he doesn't. Duckworth just sticks in behind Shun. Doesn't try something yet, but can he try something into this next piece of track? Sorry. Duckworth getting very close, but he isn't close quite enough. We did see him there for a second, wanting to. It looked as if he wanted to make a move, but didn't do anything. Or can he get him into this, into the hairpin they are heading to? Of course, it's first the left-hander. Let's see who takes that left-hander better. Does Shun or Duckworth? Who is it? It looks like they're pretty equally, but Duckworth gets an amazing exit out there, dives around the outside, and doesn't make it work. Shun having a lot of traction on that inside racing line and just getting away as fast as he got in. Getting very close again, but Duckworth just not in a position to make a move. Shun just doing what he should, sticking to that inside line, and that is making it very hard for Duckworth to do anything at all. Yeah, look at that. Shun just sticking it on the racing line where he should, and Shun sticking it on the racing line, and that's making it hard for Duckworth. Do apologize there.
Yeah, Audi will not. Audi's a very hard man to pass. Yeah, he won't make it either.
He makes that car really wide, doesn't he? Who's the other? Who did we see? Who's the other driver that defended so well last season? Rocky? Oh, I have the name on top of my.
Yeah.
That held off for like, I think it was that held off like faster guys for like 5 or 10 laps. It was absolutely amazing. Who is it?
Was it Ricer Soul? I know he held off a few for.
No, I don't think it was.
Wait, let me see if the results are still of balance of power. Yeah, they are still up there. Because I can.
Antoine, was it? Or am I imagining that name? That might be from another league.
Yeah, that's a different league.
Sure. No, but I could have sworn it was something with an A. Mm-hmm.
Do you mean Marco Badowski?
No, it wasn't Marco. You know what? I'm gonna have a look.
Warden.
Jesus. I could have sworn it was something with an A.
Amir Keshatariash. I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, Kasatarish. Yeah, he's quite quick. Yeah, it could have been.
Sorry.
Matt L.
Could have been him too. Al had a good season.
Egoris. Terry Egoris.
No, was it from Egoris? No. Okay, so I think it was probably Manuel. It was probably yeah. I'm gonna have a look at the replay.
Gardner.
No.
Frenchman.
Al had a good season, but I don't think there was any part where he defended somebody. It might have been Matt Al though. I'll go have a look at the replays and I'll probably tell you guys next weekend, honestly. No.
Oh, Jay, do you feel the breeze? I feel a Nate coming in.
Oh.
Hi, Nate.
Yeah, real wild Nate.
Howdy.
Howdy, Nate. Yeah. No, it's honestly absolutely amazing driver here. Docs were still looking for a move on Shun. Isn't going to get past quite yet, though. Isn't going to get past as of. Yeah, it's getting very close. Look at that, Rocky. Ooh, bumper to. What do you guys, just for interest's sake, what does everyone call like that front part of the car in your countries?
You mean the front bumper?
Do you guys, okay, so you call it front bumper? Charger, what do you call it?
That's the English word for it.
The lower part.
No, just like the whole front part of the car.
Yeah, front bumper.
Okay, Nate?
Or front valance, or...
Depends. The bottom part's the bumper. The top part would be the grill.
Okay. I usually refer
But
to
Jay, you know I said the English version of it, right? That's not what we call it in Dutch. Because you wouldn't understand. Oh, that's actually a front bumper hitting a back bumper right there, Mr. Duckworth's shown. Had a little touch, didn't spin.
Duckworth's having a go, and it's allowed FX to catch up by the looks of it.
But FX has the whole race been close. I think his pace has been amazing. They have been battling, but FX has been saying some quicker lap times. So I think it's definitely. But can I just say real quick, Shun's fastest lap is a second slower than both of the guys behind him, and he's still holding them up. That's just he's really making
he's playing the defense game, which does slow you down. He'll have a mirror full of Duckworth there, so he'll know exactly where Duckworth's putting his car, and he'll be putting his in the place.
See, interestingly enough, Shun is amazing in keeping his car in the right place. Like as you just said, Children's. Shun, for these past few laps, he's constantly putting his car on that inside line, on kind of the racing line, but he's putting it there early enough that, Duckworth can't put a nose in. And I think that's really what's making it what's making his defending so good. He's holding him up, but he's doing a damn good job. Is Duckworth going for a move here? No, he isn't. Just backing out slightly. Duckworth constantly looks like he wants to go for a move, but he isn't. But now, are they going to pull alongside? Duckworth tucking in behind Shun for that slipstream. I think he's going to pull in just yet, but FX actually might go for a move here on Duckworth. FX very close. FX does pull alongside. Is he later on the brakes? No, he isn't. Duckworth getting very close there to Shun, but now Duckworth going against FX and slotting in behind is
Looks
FX.
like Kai Banks has just taken third position there from Pet, was it? Party? What's his name? Parties?
You know, let's have a replay and see if we can see anything. No, I don't think we'll be able to see anything. Kai, okay, but to be quite fair, this might still actually go my way. Door is there. Door is doing an amazing job. What was my top? I think I said Orange. Wait, what was it? Give me a second. You're gonna have to reread this.
Is that a guard just sitting there?
I think I said Shulador Banks.
Yeah, Shulador Banks. That's what you said. See, I think Hugo and Justin, they're P3, P4, they're so close, they can still get in. Sorry, give me a second, guys, I'm just trying to get past this replay. Yeah, don't see anything that happened with Kai, so I'm not quite sure what happened, but it must have happened quite a while ago.
Might have been a back marker he passed.
Yeah, it probably was. We've been passing a lot of back markers, funny enough. Nurburgring. The Nurburgring is quite, I'm gonna say back markery circuit, but the back markers, because it does take a few seconds for them to let the people pass, the faster cars pass. It isn't like an instant thing, as some other tracks. But now let's have a look. So Binnersley is there. Where does Binnersley come from? Holy crap! Rocky, does anyone know? How? So Binnersley up into P5 now, folks. There's 17 minutes remaining. Beautiful race from him. But how has he gotten that high? Has he just not stopped, or? I'm not quite sure, because wow, beautiful race from Binnersley there. Rocky, you have any idea?
Sorry, I was just reading a text from someone. The question was what?
Binnersley, how did he get into P5?
It's Binnersley, isn't that enough explaining?
Okay, fine, that's true.
You know what he did in Zandvoort, right? So.
Okay, fine. Charger Nate, any idea how Binnersley got into P5? About us noticing?
I reckon it's his puppies driving for him.
Yeah, that's, you know, I'll take that as an explanation. I will accept that as a, you know what, that's a valid explanation. I'll accept that. That's amazing. But news just in, Hugo Gomez, sorry, that was the person you were looking at, I think, Charger, is non-existent. I do think that unfortunately Hugo Gomez has left us. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I did see someone going down the leaderboards quite quickly, so yeah, I don't know what's happened there.
If we can just delete that message in chat that was just posted, I do apologize to the audience. Okay, so that is, folks, unfortunately, that is Hugo Gomez out of the race. He had such an amazing race. We'll try and ask him after the race why he DNF'd.
I actually already know. His wheel got disconnected.
Oh, that's
unlucky.
ACC. ACC unfortunately doesn't have something like F1 where it auto drives for you for a bit. It doesn't have that. You just, if your wheel disconnects, you go straight into a wall. That's the
yeah. So
no idea.
He already apologized to anyone he blocked to show some sportsmanship, but yeah, that's another technical DNF. So yeah, that's
that is one unfortunate thing with sim racing, folks, is that technical, problems are a thing in both in sim and real life, and it's not ideal, but it's unfortunately stuff happens, and we have to deal with it. But hopefully,
at least in real life, you don't have that your wheel gets disconnected.
That's pull it hard.
Yes, my USB wasn't good in. Let me replug it.
Imagine that. going down the straight at like 250 kilometers an hour. Like, yes, my wheel isn't properly plugged in. Just give me.
Give me the wheel, steering wheel gloves, steering wheel gloves.
Such a good meme. But folks, this is the battle I want to look at. So, Madley and Kaibang. Now, you might think, what battle? But Rocky, what are the current lap times between Madley and Kaibang?
Madley, Kaibang, so 1:5. Sorry, let's start it over. Kaibang's a 1:58.505 and Madley a 1:58.102. And the gap between them is 7.659 seconds.
And so folks, now the question is, can Madley catch up to Kai and retake that position? He saw him battle earlier this race, and it happened again. RWB Door, however, brilliant race from him, isn't it, Rocky? I mean, 10 seconds ahead of Kai, and he is incredibly chilly. He is faster than Kai currently, but just less than a second faster. I think 3 times less than a second. Door's having a good race, isn't he?
Yeah, they're all having good races, I think, as far as we know. Door, of course, had a bit of a fight with Banks and Madley, and I believe that's back marker being lapped. I hope so, otherwise it was a really easy overtake on Shula.
No, it's a back marker.
Yeah, let's. Otherwise, it was embarrassing for him, I think. If I can say that like that.
I don't think Shula would back off that quickly. I think we would see a massive fight from Shula. You know, if Shula and Door were to go head to head, I think we would see a massive fight between the two. You know, at least.
Yeah, of course, there should be a massive fight, but with the 40 seconds gap, that will be a fight of screaming over the radio, maybe?
Yeah, probably. I mean, 42 seconds, folks. That is such an amount of time. And Radek just pulling it out of nowhere. But now, Nigel Wood going head-to-head with Burek. Nigel, extremely good driver, but... Ooh, actually, previous laps, have a look at these lap times coming in, and Nigel actually faster than Burek. Amazing drive. But give me just a second. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. Nigel very close to Burek, being slightly faster on the previous lap, but not fast enough to pull a gap just yet, or get past.
Just as an observation, Binnersley's pulling a second and a half on Madley lap times.
He is in the lead, but the thing is that is...
It's only 4 seconds behind. Well, no, he's 8 seconds behind, isn't it?
I think he's 4 seconds behind him. This is ranking myself. My screen, it says...
Yeah, it's 8 seconds. Binnersley's... Oh, no, it's 3 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's... I was just about to say.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 4 seconds, yeah.
The thing is, Charger, you said that, but the gap between them now has equalized because their times have equalized. So I think Madley might have made a mistake. I did see that previous lap, but I didn't want to... Yeah, it's kind of... Madley, I think, might have made a mistake because previous laps is 1:57.497 and a 1:57.340, so Binnersley only being a 10 faster, not as much as we saw previously.
Yeah, it looked a bit skewed on that lap, didn't it?
So it might be that Madley just had a slow lap, but if Binnersley was catching a second a lap, I think that would be very entertaining and very funny because very fun because it would be extremely cool to see him fight with Justin. For that P4 position, I think. Rocky, any news from your side?
What news do you want?
Anything. About anyone.
Anything on anyone? Alright. With the new awesome function in our pit wall, I'm actually stalking 3 cars at the time. So I have madly focused, and then I added Mr. Binnersley and Kai Banks to the charge. So now I can see all the gaps between them. And I absolutely love it. Now, as far as I can see, Shula is just way too quick. He's setting already times in the 155s, while the rest of the grid is in the 156 and the 157s.
That is true. I mean, Shula's last lap was only 5/10 off his fastest lap. That's
crazy.
We'll see if Shula can improve. I hope he does, because, I mean, it would be incredibly awesome to see maybe a 154 lap even. I mean, it would be possible. Theoretically, his 2/10, his best lap is 2/10 off a 154. And if, his fuel keeps getting lighter, we might see a 154 out of him. That's what I'm going to say. It is possible.
Yeah, depends on how much time he has left. Of course, 9 minutes only left. Are his tires optimal right now? Isn't he being blocked by some back markers?
We'll have to see. But, okay, before we look at that, Charger dream might be coming true, because Charger, previous lap, Justin losing 8/10 on Rick. Either making another mistake, or his pace is really starting to drop now. It's like Justin having a bad lap, a good lap, bad lap, good lap. I'm not quite sure what's happening there. But Binnersley, Charger, he might not be too far off. Binnersley, he might, because he's so consistent, he might get there. You might be right, Charger.
Madley's sheep might have got out of the pen in his bedroom, so he might be a bit distracted by that. He's from Wales, for context.
No. Okay, yeah, fine. For the viewers, Madley's from Wales. We should have probably shared that. Oh well. No, what a race, honestly. Charger the Rocky. At one point we thought the weather didn't change, but it's still been an incredible race. We've seen some really good battles, and I mean, start the Clash Warriors Season 2 like this, I think it's absolutely amazing, and it's fun to see. Really fun to see.
It is indeed interesting. Might I also add that I just noticed the track actually went down 1 degree Celsius, so it's cooling down. That could be interesting.
Which is very good for those tires. Rocky, do me a favor, keep an eye on Binnersley and Madley. I'm going to go down now to Nigel Wood. Nigel and Burek, I think, still on each other. 6/10 now in it, but Nigel getting very close. Nigel is setting 3/10 faster laps. Is that enough? Rocky, Charlie, you guys think 3/10 is enough to get past Burek and pull a gap in time for the end of the race?
Yes, I think so. Nigel Wood is quite experienced. That's actually him launching down inside, or not.
No, it isn't, unfortunately.
Good hopes. Always
He's very close. He's getting very close. He's getting very close to that BMW of Burek. Got very close to the exit. Very late braking. I want to have a real quick look at Rigel. It would be Rigel. Very close delta in there. Who is he about? Oh, someone's off. Someone's off. Is that Lee Dox? Could that be Lee? Not quite sure who that was.
I think that's Rigel.
Oh, that's Save. No, that's not Save Eugenie, is it?
It is Rigel. I think. Yes, it
Rigel
is.
Went off, but someone went off with Rigel. It's 2 people that went off. Oh, I'm not quite
Time
sure.
for a replay, I think.
Let's see if we can get a replay. I hope we can. Let's see. So, Rigel's battling someone. I'm not quite sure who that is. Not quite sure.
White with black with red with blue BMW. Yeah, that's... Of course, they're all BMWs.
I would hope they are. I'd be a little bit stressed. Okay, so whoever is running taps the grass. Rigel gets extremely close, goes for the pass for the last corner. Then, bit of contact. No, sorry, that isn't the last corner. It's still coming up, isn't it? Here we go.
In there. They spin. That's why Rigel was going slow to give the place back, I think.
Yeah, again, good sportsmanship. isn't it?
Yeah, otherwise there would be no reason for him to be in the crash. So that's there. He is past, and now Rigel's going full gas again.
That is true. Oh well, luckily we could see that and see what happened. Yeah, good sportsmanship once again from these drivers, folks. And that's what we were looking for. Drocky, do you have any news on that battle up front between?
Well, Binosley is actually only 1.1 seconds out from Madley. Madley is still slowly catching Guy Banks. So
not fast enough.
Not fast enough. It's still 5.5 seconds. Oh, actually 4.8 second gap. But it's not enough. I think Madley will be busy with defending from Binosley because he is catching. So yeah.
I think this is where the fight's going to be for the last 4 minutes.
I'm thinking, before the last lap, do you guys think we go on board with this fight, or do we go on board with the race leader? Kind of, I think that makes it.
I would say this fight, as Shula is just too good.
Shula just too good. We don't need to see any more from him. Shula, you can stop driving now. That's fine. You've won. You can stop driving.
Yeah, Rick can taste Madley now. He's not going to give up.
No, it's Rick. He's gonna keep pushing. He's never gonna give you up, you know.
Not really. We didn't beat that man. You see, the thing is, Rick, as we said, doesn't give up. But we have seen one or two mistakes where it was a situation similar to this. It was a battle, and then unfortunately, all of the two had problems. So I hope that doesn't happen. They both have to keep their noses pretty clean here. That's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say. Come on, Rick. Get a bit closer. We want to see you and Justin battle. Justin is setting decent lap times, about 5/10 slower than Rick, but he is managing to hold off Rick, and that's all that matters as of yet in this race, folks.
I predict Rick goes full send on the second to last lap.
Oh, I hope he does. Oh, absolutely. I hope he does. Last lap, honestly. Just do that real quick. Sorry, I just had to send someone a message. Come on, Rick. Come on, you're very close, Rick.
He's not got the legs to do it, has he? He's not getting.
I think he does.
Gaining. Yeah, he's not really gaining though.
No, see, I think Rick is he's saving. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's sticking behind Madley very closely. You know, to try and kind of learn how Madley drives. You know, where is their spots? And I'm telling you, second to last lap, Charger. Rick's gonna just go for it. What do you think, Rocky? Is Rick going to absolutely yeet it? Is he just going to send it on Madley and just try and get that position?
I think Rick, if he gets it clean. So I think if he sees a gap, he will go for it, but not take too much risk. Because it's still the last lap, and he also wants that P4. I'd rather have P5, excuse me, than falling back to P30 or something, because I tried to get P4.
The funny thing is, you've got Schaefer in the mix now.
Oh no, this could get very dangerous, folks. I honestly... I don't think Schaefer, but see, the thing is, Schaefer's driving a brilliant race, but I don't think he's going to get too involved. I think, folks, this is going to be a last lap battle between the two amazing racers. I do want to keep an eye out. We're going to go back to them in a second, I promise. I do want to keep an eye out, however, for this man, Mr. Radek Shula. Where is he currently? Dorky, if you could tell me when Radek is reaching the end of the track, please. Because this is his final lap of the race. Beautiful race from Radek, of course. Couldn't have wished for anything better. But this, folks, is the battle we are focusing on. Justin Madley and Rick Binosley. Rick has been gaining, and this is, I think, the last lap that he can catch madly on. Is Rick going to go for a move, or will madly be able to make this? Let's have a look. Rick is close, 3.5 tenths. Is that close enough, however, to send something down the inside or outside? No, it isn't just yet through that corner. Let's have a look into the next braking zone. Can Rick do something? He looks, but he doesn't. He decides against it. The timer for the race is now officially up, folks. So I think we're heading into the last lap. We're on the last lap already as they come around the last corner here. Madly holding on for dear life for that P4 as they're going to be crossing the line here any second, and then is their final lap of the race here, folks. This is where Bennersi needs to make a move if he wants to do anything. Goes into the braking zone. Oh, but he has Schaefer alongside him. Schaefer is causing a lot of trouble for Rick, who's going to come out on top there. Rick is losing way too much time. Oh, Rick and Schaefer going head to head. This is not the battle we expected, but it's definitely the battle we on. Schaefer getting a brilliant exit there, and Martin Schaefer, folks. Unless Rick can fight back, Martin Schaefer has done it all on the last lap, despite what I said, and I do apologize. Martin Schaefer on the last lap has taken that position away from Rick Bennersi. Rick Bennersi now sitting with a P6 and Martin going up into P5, and that has ruined Rick's chances of getting Justin. Oh, sorry, getting Justin. The only person who can now get Justin is Schaefer. Is Schaefer close enough, folks? Is he close enough to do something? I don't think he is. Justin has got a great gap there. What is going to happen here? I think that's done. I don't want to say it, but I think that's done.
Jay, might I add, number 1 is already over the finish.
Well, I did just want to say that, folks. This is your winner, Radek Schiller, coming home in P1, 40 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Beautiful drive from Radek. He definitely deserved it. In second, then, we have the homecoming of RWB Door. Gonna wait for him to cross the line here. RWB Door coming home in second in P3. Brilliant drive from him is Kai Banks. Amazing what he did today. He can be extremely proud of himself. Then P4 and P4 is still up for grabs here if these drivers are brave enough, but I don't think they're going to be just yet. Schaefer is pushing Madly, but I think Madly might just get away with it this one time, folks. P4 goes to Madly, P5 goes Schaefer, P6 goes to the hard fighting Rick Bennersley, P7 goes to, I think it should go to Mr. Tyrion once he gets past the track here, hopefully. P8 to Carolia, P9 to Varga, P10 goes to Partens, P11 to Emil Sosbo, P12 to Zed Burek, P13 to Nigel Wood, P14 should go to Mr. Debug himself. Beautiful race from him as well. P15 Magnus Dahlgren, P16 Damien Will, P17 Zevry Genie, P18 B Florton, and then I think we do have people leaving the session already, so I'm just going to read until there. Duckworth behind FX, and then running up the top 20 is Hodgson. What a race, Droke. I mean, what a race, isn't it?
It has been quite a race. I do have some unfortunate news that Mr. Radek won't be joining us for post-race interviews, as he doesn't have a mic on his headset right now.
Can you maybe ask him to just in text sum up the race for us, please?
I will do that. I already congratulated him for that win.
I would love to get Dor in here, if you can get Dor in here.
Could you message him then?
Oh, we'll try to message him. Okay, folks, we're going to try and get one or two people here into the comms box to get into the interview, because we would love to see these racers. Yeah, we'd love to see them give us their opinion on the race.
Of course, as always.
And then, yeah, there's a bit of a silence, folks, here before we start getting people. Hopefully we do get them. I do hope we do get them. Do we want to get... no, he's already said Radek couldn't, unfortunately. Or just message me. I'll have a look at that in a second. And then where's our friend, Mr. Kybex?
Yeah, you message him, because then I don't have to message him.
I am indeed messaging him. Door saying, yeah, sure. And we should be getting RWB Door in here anytime soon, folks. We'll just give him a second. Come on, people. I mean, we have got 1 or 2 people here, folks. So we're just going to wait for him to join the correct channel, and then we will be having your post-race interviews. Rocky, what a race! Some of your thoughts. What did you think of that race?
Crazy, hectic, but awesome.
Crazy.
I think that sums it up.
I like that. I like that very much. So that's a good. It's a good all-round sum up of the race. Come on, where are our interviews?
I have a text message from Mr. Reddick himself. I asked him, could you sum up that race via text real quick? And he said, don't really know what to say. Took a half dry, half wet setup, but that turned out that wasn't needed. Weather stayed obviously dry, and I think I didn't make any mistakes, so I'm happy with it. And I have to agree with him as far as that we saw, at least as I saw. No mistakes from him. Clean race. He was just really quick.
I mean, honestly, he doesn't know how to make mistakes, Drake, I don't think, after that race. Radek doesn't know how to make mistakes. He's immune to mistakes, honestly. I think he's immune to them. I am still waiting on our good friend, Mr. Door. He said he's up for interview. Hasn't responded yet. So we'll give him 2 seconds here. But yeah, no, folks, thank you everyone so much for watching. It's been an amazing race. We're not ending just yet. We're going to try and get people in here for interviews. Oh, there's Door. There is Mr. Door. Yeah, let's open up the door for Mr. Door. Mr. Door, how are you doing? How's the race?
Can you hear me? Oh, there we go.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, good, thanks. Good race. Enjoyed it. Really fun, that.
You you know, how can I say this? I would say the first half of the race was maybe a tad shaky. Maybe shook you up a bit now and then. But you know, you did extremely well, didn't you? I mean, you really took that P2 and just kind of ran with it. Of course, you know, the race leader in a class of his own today, as he always is. Shulla's just the alien at this point. But I mean, are you satisfied with P2? Are you satisfied with where you got?
Yeah, really quite happy with that, considering I made quite a few mistakes. And at the beginning, as you said, a little bit shaky. The track was just so slippy, so I couldn't really get any kind of feel for it. So I lost a couple of positions right at the beginning. But yeah, just happy considering everything that happened. I don't know whether it was caught on the stream or not, but I missed the pit entry. So I made a real bad do of that and came out behind who I'd just overtaken earlier in the race.
That's not very ideal. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I lost about 10 seconds. So
I think we might actually have that. I'll have to go have a look, but I think we might actually have that. No, but honestly, I mean, amazing race for me. I do want to ask, as you just said, you know, I think a lot of people did struggle at the very start. You know, the track was a bit slippery, not quite where I think you guys wanted it to be. Of course, you guys were practicing in the wet. Going into that race, were you prepared for a mixed weather race? Were you expecting the rain? You know, what's the setup like? What was going through your mind in terms of weather? What was your planning?
I thought about it yesterday whilst doing other things. I just thought, hang on, I've only ever practiced in the dry here for this race. What if it's wet? But I didn't have any time between then and then jumping in the server at about 8:30, so half an hour before the race. So when I joined, it was wet, and I thought, actually, I've got half an hour here. I can very quickly throw together a setup. Threw together the setup, and then obviously we forwarded to the session, the race session. It was dry, and I thought, fucking hell, sorry, language. But yeah, I thought, Christ, like really, all that, you know, well, half an hour of messing around, and it's dry. So Yeah. Funny.
Have
It
to
was funny.
revert the settings. Just take everything back real quick. Tell the mechanics to take everything back.
Yeah, well, I'd kept the setup just saved just in case, and then I went back to the dry setup and just had a little play around there, but nothing much. It was what I needed for the race, and yeah, all good.
It's sort of from my side, amazing race. Was a joy to watch you. And I mean, in the second row of the race, it was kind of a bit quiet. We didn't put as much attention on you, but it was genuinely just kind of you were in a place of your own. Really well done. Drocky, any questions?
No, congrats, clean race. Enjoyed that one to see.
Yeah, I mean, we have quite a few other races, don't we, Dora? What do you think? Do you think you'll be able to keep up this pace? Maybe take a few wins in this season? You have 5 other races.
I'll really need to put in some time to catch up to Radek. He is super fast, and even if I hadn't have lost a couple of positions at the start, I don't think I would have kept up with him. I think I would have dropped back. So, what was it? I think it was 45 seconds behind at the end of this race. It probably would have been something like 20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, the pace he was going.
Lose those positions. Yeah, he was just so strong. So, yeah, congrats to him. He's doing really well, and maybe I can step up in the next race. We'll see.
Well, we are expecting high things, and we can't wait to see you in here again. Hopefully, telling us about how fun it was to win at Donington, Misano, Zolder, Silverstone, or even Laguna Seca. Maybe you're a Laguna Seca guy, or maybe you're only for Laguna. You can still get P1s and the rest of them. Honestly, though, as Rocky said, absolute amazing race. Go talk to the guys. But yeah, no, really well done. You really deserved that. And yeah, Radek isn't that fast. You'll be able to catch him. Don't worry.
Maybe in a wet race, maybe.
Yeah, in a wet race. If he like spins like 2 or 3 times, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
just want to say as well, well done to the other guys that I raced with, Kai and Madley. We had some really good side-by-side action. So yeah, that was super fun. That.
You guys had some fun today. I think you guys had fun today, but I think that's going to hopefully continue into the other tracks. Of course, Donington and Silverstone are 2 UK tracks. Amazingly fun tracks, where some drivers say. So hopefully you guys can keep that up into the next races.
Yep, nice one. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any day. Have a great one, man.
Yep, cheers. Catch you later, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
Okay, Penna, real quick.
Yes.
I'm reading this league chat because they always apologize afterwards if they hit someone, and someone forgot to fuel when they pitted. Someone asked Rigel if they were driving a truck because they couldn't get past. We had Fleck saying out loud, I forgot to pit when I pitted. Still passed my pit box while I was fiddling with the pit menu. Had to go around again. Yeah. I called it a self-introduced drive-through.
Yeah, that's all it is. Honestly, no, amazing. But let's hear from another driver, our P3 driver, Mr. Kai Banks. Kai, what a race. Are you mad? Are you happy? Are you sad? How was it? Was there anything challenging? Tell us about the race.
Average, really. Did all right. I was a bit worried about me tires in the last 20 minutes. They were done for. I didn't change mine, but I assume everyone around me did, and they were starting to catch me fast too. I tried to, because I was fighting with Madley at the beginning, which was really fun, but all that fighting was sort of door caught us up because we were fighting each other, and he managed to get by, and rather than try and fight Madley anymore, I decided I was going to come into the pits and see if I could jump him that way. But I didn't change my tires, and they had the advantage in the second half.
Oh. You know, of course, as I said, they were catching you. Highlight of the race, would you say? What was your highlight of the race at that point?
Racing madly and not fucking up my pit, apart from not changing my tires. But that was a choice I made.
I mean, you and Madley, when you two raced, you two had quite a bit of a race, didn't you? Like, we saw you two get very close at times. Were you kind of just trusting that he wouldn't hit you, or did you just know that he wasn't going to? What's kind of, yeah.
There's drivers you trust and there's drivers you don't. I mean, I know Madley's going to be fair. There was one point where it got a bit sketchy, but there's nothing he could do. It's just me getting a bit eager and trying to send it, as it were. But we did do a side-by-side stint around the first couple of corners, which was quite fun. I don't know if that got picked up, but I always enjoy a bit of door racing.
We were watching you guys for for quite a few laps. I'll say that. No, but seriously, amazing done. You've always been extremely consistent, and I think that just shows again. Of course, unfortunately, he didn't win and he didn't catch door, but still, to finish P3 on the podium for your first, for the first race of this new season of Clash of Warriors. I think you can be extremely proud of yourself. I don't think there's a lot of drivers that can say they get podiums regularly. So yeah, Kai, extremely well done. You've had an amazing race, and I hope we see a lot more of you in this season. Draki, my friend?
I don't have that much to add, actually. Interesting pit strategy, I have to say, without changing tires. But yeah, that's
I think
the personal choice, of course.
That was the only mistake I made, was not changing my tires. I think I could have given Door a bit of a better run if I'd had some fresh tires on. But with Schiller in the field, you're fighting for second, I think, really.
Yeah, of course. Maybe maybe something totally out of the blue. What if it started to rain halfway through the session?
Well, I put a little bit more...
Would you have survived that?
If it was later on, if it was like, say, the last 10 minutes, maybe. But like I said, my tires were done anyway, so I don't really know there. Maybe the rain would have thrown the spanner in it. But I did actually put a bit more fuel in the car in the hope that if it was going to rain later on, I could go a little bit further on my slicks just in case it did rain, and then I would only have to pit in once for the wet. Where if other people sort of pit in too early, and they'd have to pit in again for wet. But no, it didn't work out. So I pitted a bit early anyway, just to try and get out of the fight. I was enjoying the fight, but like I said, when the fight starts to slow you both down, you're just better off trying to get out of it and doing a jump on them in the pit lane. That didn't work. Well, it did actually. It did against Madley, but like I said, they were catching. But the rain, if the rain had come earlier, no. If it had come later, then yeah, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. After the pit, you had a gap of about 10.7 seconds, so the undercut kind of worked until Madley started catching up and catching up and catching up, but you stayed in front. I say good race. I don't know if Panda has anything to add, or Nate.
I know. Nate's been pretty quiet, hasn't he? No, honestly, Kai, listen, as always, amazing performance from your side.
Thank you very much.
You've always done really good. I can't wait to see more. Hopefully, we can see you doing your own kind of racing stuff. That makes sense this year. But honestly, extremely good race once again. Enjoy it, and yeah, hopefully we see you in P1 spot next weekend.
Doubt it, but yeah, would be nice. Schiller's a hard one to beat, man. Schiller is a hard one to beat. If you know what I mean, he's quick. I mean, I think he was over half a second faster than anyone else tonight. So
I wouldn't even say half a second, honestly. Darky and I were monitoring it, and there were times where he was 1.5 to 2 seconds faster. Yeah, not to make you feel bad, but he was faster. Honestly,
I was kind of judging it by the qualifying times, but yeah, he's quick, man.
You know how he's that quick?
I've given him a run for his money in the constructors before, when he's in a different car and I'm in a different car, but it just depends. I think really, if it's a track that he's not too good on, then yeah, maybe he might be able to. They don't come around very often.
Don't worry.
I enjoyed it.
We have a few different tracks. We have a few different cars. Hopefully, you can come back and you can show Relic that you've got the pace to take that B1. But Kai, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Have a great day. Night, I assume. And
Yeah.
enjoy it. Don't practice.
Nice one, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a great one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Rocky, Clash of the Warriors 2, Season 2, Race 1. 3 words to sum it up. 3 words.
An awesome race.
And awesome race. I like that.
And what about you?
Very awesome. No, honestly, but folks, what a race it has been. Thank you so much for watching. From my side, the Rocky side, whole RWB racer side, do appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, we will hopefully see you again later. See you very soon. That is in a lot of our series. We have a lot coming up. You can go to rwbracing.club and find everything. I think the next thing that is on is our Monday Fun, our Constructors Championship test races for Arrive and Drive. That starts in 1 day and 21 hours. And then our Constructors Championship starts in 2 days and 21 hours. And then we have Wreckfest in 3 days, basically 4 days. So thank you guys so much for watching. From my side, Rocky, do you have any final words for the guys?
I think the standard see ya.
Okay, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you later. See ya.